Um, we didn't adjust much, I can tell you that. I mean, we just had, I'll give them a lot of credit. Their starting quarterback out. They had a really good plan. They played three quarterbacks. So you kind of got three different offenses, none of which were, one quarterback was very similar to what we prepared for, but the other two were a little bit different. So it took us a while to sort through what to expect from each quarterback. So we were a little bit more organized at halftime as a result of that. But the message was just, and it's not our first time, but tackling. We didn't tackle well enough in the first half. We really didn't change much other than, again, having a little bit better feel for what to expect based on the quarterback in the game. We just tackled better.
And then I know after the Tulane game, um, you talked about the frustration of not catching the balls that hit you in the hands.
Yeah,
Well, this game you got three interceptions. How'd you like
we did.
how they
Yeah.
flipped that around?
Nice when you catch them. Yeah, it helps. Yeah, I mean, that's, probably every team in college football could say that. If you just caught the ones they threw at you, you'd catch a lot of picks. You'd have a lot of interceptions at the end of the year. So, that's the defense we need to be. Again, when I'm watching football and watching other teams play, and I'm looking at scores, and get home at night after our game, and you watch highlights, I see a lot of points scored. I just think that's kind of the trend in the game right now, and this is a really talented offensive league. So if you're going to be successful in this league defensively, you got to do your best to limit explosive plays, and you've got to find ways to create turnovers.
When you look back on the first half from last week, how much do you take from that, and how much is like you're probably not going to see three quarterbacks playing again in the same game, right? So how much can you take from that?
Yeah, I mean, you'll see a lot of the same plays, so I don't know that we would, hopefully wouldn't get three quarterbacks. This team we're getting ready to play has got two really good ones. I know they have kind of honed in on a starter in the last few weeks, but, we know that where they're building game plans from, right? I mean, they're watching our games to get the plays that look good against us, and so we were definitely practicing all the things that showed up in the game that we think from a schematic standpoint might hurt us, or we may expect to see at the very least. But yeah, hoping we don't see three quarterbacks anymore.
For this week, obviously, Texas fast offense moves really quickly. What challenges do they present?
Yeah, they're dynamite. I thought the offense we just played was really good, and this one's better. They play very fast. The quarterback is very accurate, but he's also athletic. He can run away from you. I think he had a 70-some yard touchdown run against Navy, and turns around and he'll throw it for an 80-yard touchdown. It's an explosive offense. Multiple tailbacks that are really good, multiple wideouts that are really good. Two in particular can really run. It's two different wideouts, that is to say. And they do a good job up front. They're well coached, and they're tough. They play hard. So, I say it every week, but that's the nature of this conference. It's a league full of explosive offenses. So you got to be really ready to meet the challenge every week.
Have you seen something different from a season ago from this North Texas offense?
Yeah, I mean there's definitely some differences, just in schematics, but there's actually, with the amount of staff change that they had, there are actually some similarities, and I think some of that is just both guys I believe are sort of air raid. Both head coaches were sort of air raid minded head coaches, so having coached in that offense before, there's a lot of carryover there, but. Yeah, they're just everybody that's back from last year is another year older and more developed, and they've got a scheme that's very conducive to their players, and they play fast and multiple personnel, multiple formation. They do a terrific job. They're very stressful to get ready for.
To your point about scoring in college football, offenses are going to score from
Yeah.
time to time. For fans that may just look at points scored, from a coaching perspective, how do you evaluate the offense or the defense as a whole beyond just scoring defense?
Well, I mean, the goal for every game is to win, right? And if that means we win, 3-0, then so be it. If we win, 56-55, then so be it. Obviously, we're hoping not to ever give up 55 points, but we want to be process oriented, and if we get beat because they threw a great ball and the receiver made an unbelievable play, so be it. But we want to be in the right place at the right time with the right technique, and force teams to make as many of those types of plays as possible, and make them beat you rather than beating yourself. So, at the end of the day, we want to give up as few points as possible. But certainly, to me, the recipe for that is limit explosives and create turnovers.
When you have an offense that's moving really quickly, does that mean more rotation, or do you kind of approach it the same way?
You want to try to sub when you can because you tire out very quickly. And, it's a long game, and those possessions add up, So what's hurt us in the past at times is when we're not able to rotate as much for a variety of reasons, then we wear out in the fourth quarter. So we want to try to prevent doing that. And you just have to know that sometimes you're going to live out some plays early in the game where, you don't have your best player at a position in the game. And but, the give and take with that is that so you can keep your best players fresher down the stretch, to win the game. Great, thanks.